Sister.
I'm Sister Lucille. My friends called me Sister Lou.
If your sister nuns were to describe you, what are 3 words they would use?
Pretty intelligent. Okay, thank you. Secondly, you're very outgoing. And thirdly, very community-minded.
When did you first begin to think God might be calling you to discern religious life, and how did God make that call known to you?
I had a difficulty I knew I would encounter, and that was when I was younger. I lost my brother and sister within 10 months' time. My sister was killed by a truck, and my little brother was recuperating from surgery, and he had a reaction to the surgery, and he passed away. That was within 10 months. And I knew the obstacle for me would be that my mother would have to realize that if I told her I was entering religious life, she would consider this a third loss. So I had to think about that, and I had to pray over that. And I think she discerned that I might be interested and curious about the life, and we had chats from time to time, and I was very impressed with her thought process and the things she spoke about, and they were very inspiring to me. And I said to you, maybe I wonder if I belong in religious life. And I would say, if you feel you have the call, it's very important that you connect with God and talk to Him in prayer. Talk to Him as though you'd talk to a friend.
What do you think are some of the most misunderstood aspects of religious life?
Look into what is religious life. Now, if you're not aware of religious life, like the little children, and say, oh, "Sister has legs," they think that we're a strange lot, but we're very normal. We lead normal life, and it's a peaceful life, and it's a life of prayer. And God knows the way the world is now. It really needs a lot of prayer, as you can see.
Most definitely. What is the most impactful memory you have while serving as a CSJ?
I would say watching young girls like yourself in their development as student and progressive growth in maturity and relationships. And I found that the most inspiring thing was to watch the bond that exists with any girl who graduates from Shaw. And it always impressed me. And how the girls continue to keep in touch, so that you watch their families grow, and you see the ball players, and you see the girls in the musicals, as young mothers, and you just watch the progression with such pride, really, to think that you had something to do in their lives. You touched them in some way.
What advice do you have for young women who think they might be called to religious life?
We have to pray and pray and pray. You'll have that feeling of wanting to do for God's people and wanting to serve in a way other than, satisfying yourself and your own choices.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh gosh, this is embarrassing. I used to play marbles with the boys, And I was kind of a little tomboy, you know, and I always won the Puries, you know, the big marbles, and I just relished every time I beat the boys. So they'd say, when they saw me coming to play, oh, here she comes, she's playing today, you know. So the warning was that, but it's a very faint, you know, it's nothing dramatic. But I always thought I got a kick out of the boys when they would, you know, feel very ashamed that the girls beat them. So, but that's what I remember.
What was the hardest part about the transition from normal life to religious life?
Being homesick, you know, was hard to overcome, but the more you learned about what religious life was and why you were there, gave you reason to be at peace with yourself. Just that you lose your spontaneity, you know, after a while when you're not home, you know, and you don't know what's going on in the house. You don't know what to say. You're at a loss when you used to have a lot to say, right?
Maybe too much.
Maybe too much, right? Oh, but it's a good life, and I have to say I am so grateful to God, most especially for all the people He has put in my life. I think they all have been treasures to me, and they have shaped me, you know, in different ways, and they made me what I am today.